Today we're going to talk about inequalities. And inequalities is much like equations, except for instead of an equal sign, you will have an inequality symbol. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's look. Now, make sure you copy these notes in your journal, and you might need to pause to keep up. But an inequality is a math sentence, just like an expression or an equation, that compares expressions. So it's going to compare two sides. So let's review, first of all, what an expression is. An expression contains numbers, variables, and exponents that are connected by our operators such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. An equation was two or more expressions that are connected by an equal sign. This is where we're going to replace the equal sign with the inequality symbol. An inequality must contain two or more expressions that are connected by the inequality symbol. So let's talk about what an inequality symbol is. What does it look like? You've seen these before. Now we're going to use them all again. So inequality symbols are the less than sign, greater than sign, less than and equal to sign, and greater than or equal to sign. So when you're writing sentences, such as we did with equations, writing a math sentence, we're going to write an inequality sentence using these symbols. So I wanted to give you some key phrases to help you with that. Key phrases for the less than symbol, you would see the words is less than, is fewer than. The greater than symbol is greater than, is more than. Less than or equal to symbol, you will see the words is less than or equal to, is at most, and is no more than. And the greater than or equal to symbol will say is greater than or equal to, is at least, and is no less than. So these key terms will be really helpful to have out when you're trying to write a math sentence using the inequality symbols. Again, pause here to keep up if you need more time. So let's look at a first example. Write down, I'm going to keep these up here. Go ahead and write down the first sentence. A number C is less than -4. A number C is less than -4. Again, you might need to pause if you need to keep up. A number C is less than -4. So just like we did with writing equations, we can circle things, etc. So I'm going to say, okay, I have a number C. Do we know what C is? No, but we know it's C. And then we have is less than. Is less than, if I were to look at my key terms, is less than is right here. So it's the is less than, and then -4, -4. So my answer here would be C is less than -4. Notice we do not have an equal sign, we have the inequality symbol. Let's try next one. Again, very helpful to have out your key phrases as we move along. We have a number K plus 5 is greater than or equal to 8. So a number K, so it's K, plus 5 is greater than or equal to Well, greater than or equal to is right here. Is greater than or equal to, so we're going to use the greater than or equal to symbol, to 8. Oops, greater than or equal to. There. That should go, this should be equal to, is part of this one. 8. So it's k plus 5 is greater than or equal to 8. That is your answer. We're just writing the math sentence. The next one I want to try. Let's see, we'll get this up here. 4 times the number q is at most 16. So 4 times, so we know it's 4 times, remember we're using the dot because we don't use the x for multiplication because it's part of algebra, we might think it's a variable. A number q is at most. Is at most. Where is at most? Oops, right here. Is at most. I'm going to use the less than or equal to sign. 16. So I have 4 times q is at most, so it's less than or equal to 16. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this 4 times q, we have a coefficient and a variable that we can put together. 4 times q is less than or equal to 16. Our next and last example here. We have a number k is less than 10. So we have a number k is less than, here it says is less than, so we're going to use the less than symbol, and then we have 10. So k is less than 10. So these are examples of writing a math sentence comparing expressions, we have 2 sides, using the inequality symbol. Now we're going to take this a step further. You've now written your sentences, but now you're going to take a math sentence and you're going to solve it. So let's look at what we have here. A solution of an inequality. So a solution of an inequality. So that's going to be an answer. Solution of an inequality is a value that makes the inequality true. Make sure you write this all down. The first problem says x plus 1 is greater than 8. Again, it might be helpful to have your key terms off to the side. Okay, is greater than 8. So let's look at what we have. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to plug in the value for the variable. Just like we did with equations, you're going to plug in the value for the variable. So we have x plus 1 is greater than 7, and then it's saying, guess what? X equals 8. So we're going to take this 8 and we're going to plug it in there. And we will have 8 instead of x plus 1 is greater than 7. X plus 1 is greater than 7. Well, is this true? What's 8 plus 1? 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is greater than 7. So yes, this is true. Anything greater than 9 is going to be true. Now, any solution 9 and above, so 9, 10, 11, is going to be called a solution set. So for example, 9, 10, 11, anything bigger than 8, or 7 actually, could actually include 8 there. 8 would work. Okay, 8 would work. 9, 10, 11, 12, anything here would work. Let's try another one. We have 7y is less than 27. 7y is less than 27. So now we're going to plug in, it says y this time equals 4. So I'm going to plug in 4 for our y, but remember coefficient and variable means 7 times 4 is less than 27. 7 times 4 is less than 27. Well, let's do 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Is 28 less than 27? No. So this y equals 4 is not a solution for the inequality. Does not make it true. Where up here, 9 is greater than 7, it made it true. But down here, 28 is not less than 27. It's greater than, but it's not less than, but the symbol says less than. So your answer is no. So this time we have now p divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 5. So let's go ahead and plug in our value for our variable. So I have 15, p is 15, so I have 15 divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 5. So let's do the math. 15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Is 5 greater than or equal to 5? Yes, it is. Because it says greater than or equal to. 5 is equal to 5. So this is a solution. P equals 15 is a solution. Your answer is yes. Two more examples. We have 9, let's see, let's draw a line here to separate this out. 9 minus n is greater than or equal to. Now if you can't remember what your symbol is, pointing this way says is greater than or equal to. Remember the smaller number eats the bigger number, right? So greater than or equal to. So let's plug in the 3 here. So now I have 9 minus, and then we're plugging in the 3 is greater than or equal to 6. So do the math. 9 minus 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. Is 6 greater than or equal to 6? Well, 6 is equal to 6. It says greater than or equal to 6. So your answer here is yes. N equals 3 is the solution. Last problem. Here I have 18 divided by x is less than or equal to 10. We're going to plug x equals 3, so we're going to plug this value x equals 3. So I have 18 divided by 3 is less than or equal to 10. Now you guys can see why I want you to write the original equation, plug in the values for your variables, and then solve when we were doing our checks with equations, because now this is all coming around where you have to be able to do this. Well, 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 less than or equal to 10? Yes, it is, so therefore that works. I hope you guys have a better understanding of our introduction to inequalities. There's more for graphing, which we will do in the future, but right now this is introduction to inequalities. You now know what an inequality is, that it uses these great math symbols that you've used in the past. Make sure you have these key terms out when you're doing your assignments, and then you can solve for it.